G'day guys, it's Steve from the Greg Chubbell Cricket Centre. Today I'm giving you a quick rundown on the New Balance DC range. So this is one of the new ranges from New Balance this year. It's a fantastic bat and we're going to quickly go from top to bottom. Now first of all, it's got this hybrid grip, which is one of those scale grips with a ripple grip. Not a bad grip at all. I'd like to see a bit more scale along there because I think the scale grip's really handy and really grips up. It will wear quickly due to the scale, but it'll give you a fantastic feel to begin with. Next up on the New Balance, pretty thin edges, and which is pretty standard for all top-end bats these days. And a spine that starts from the very top and travels to about 5 or 6 centimetres towards the end. That gives you a fair bit of hitting power. And then next up is the edges, so not the biggest edges on this range. So this bat's more about balance rather than power. However, there are a few things that they've done to increase the power, which we'll have a look at soon. As you can see, big swell. Now, sometimes these bats have what we call an offset spine. So as you can see, the peak of the willow on the edge is about here. However, the peak of the spine's a little bit further down. What that does is that gives you a little bit increased hitting zone and drags the length of the sweet spot down the bat a little bit and also increases it. Interestingly enough, on this bat, it's got a round face along with a not too much scalloping, as you can see there. I'll point that down the bat. Has a little bit just to maintain a reasonable weight, but really not a huge amount at all. Next up is the toe. So that's probably one of the big defining features of this bat. It's got a really, really square toe. So since the spine of the bat dropped off about there, to increase low down power, they've really squared off the edges, which helps really dig out those Yorkers. However, the drawback is you need to make sure your edges and toe are super knocked in, because they can be a little bit fragile, but if you knock them in, it will be absolutely fantastic. Now I'm just going to give you a bit of a tap and show you how it sounds. So as you can see, it peaks around there, which is somewhere in between the spine and the edge maximum. And this one sounds really good. So you may ask, what's the difference between this, the DC range and the TC? The main difference is the toe. The TC has a more rounded toe, and on the spine on the TC goes towards the bottom. So that makes it, and the other main difference I'd say is the size of the swell. So whereas the TC has a more gradual swell, the DC has a bit more of a bubble, as you can see here. It's a little bit more extreme on how late it comes up and how early it goes down, which gives this bat probably a bit more of a focused power design as opposed to the all-rounder of the TC. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you subscribe. For any more information on the product you've just seen, click the link below.